y'all, I'm back again with another reaction video, and today reaction video will be the topic of almost being kidnapped. So if you guys enjoy these type of videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And yeah, y'all, let's get straight into it. Almost kidnapped strangers.
I'm 24, and this happened 5 years ago when I was 19. I was conducting an online transaction on a site called Alks, which is similar to Craigslist. It's an online app where you can see items being sold by random strangers, and all you have to do is make a call and meet up. I was looking for a cheap sweater for my trip to Japan the following week. After several minutes of scrolling, I came across an ad with exactly what I was looking for. A Korean-style female fur sweater for just 300 pesos, about $6. It was perfect. I had issue with it. The meetup point was at the LRT train station at 8 p.m. because the seller was too busy at work. I decided, what the heck? It's a public place anyway. I called the owner and we had a quick convo. He sounded like a strict guy, but I asked him when we could meet up. He responded, tonight at 8 p.m. sharp. I said sure.
That's too late.
But this recklessness of mine is what I regret the most. I arrived at the meeting place at 7:58 p.m. It was really empty, and I was sure I was the only person in the station. It was a cold night in November, and I eagerly awaited warming myself with my coat. Honestly, I'm the kind of girl who's comfortable wearing a sweater even when it's hot. I was sitting on a bench when the clock ticked 8 o'clock, when suddenly someone covered half of my face with a scarf with a really strange scent. I fell unconscious. As I woke up, I found myself in a van with 4 guys, my wrists handcuffed behind my back. I asked the man what they wanted and to please let me go. Tears began to fall from my eyes. But then, one of the guys touched my face and said, "It's our first time ever tasting a beautiful girl like you." I kept on crying and shouted, "Please, I want to go home, please." The guy next to me choked me, shouting that I needed to shut up. I tried to resist, but my eyes started to roll back in my head. He stopped, but it was taking a long time for me to catch my breath. I looked out the window and saw a checkpoint lane. For the first time in my life, I was so glad that the authorities had permission to check the van. But the guy next to me reached for a gun, a really big gun. Knowing this was my only chance, I found the strength to shout and cried out, "Officer, please help! They have a gun!" The 2 officers immediately grabbed their guns, one shooting at the tires, the other aiming for the man next to me. The officer shot him in the head. I never thought I'd witness such a thing in my life. One of the officers carried me out of the van, and I passed out moments later. I woke up the next day in a hospital bed. My parents were there, crying and asking me what happened. I told them the truth, that I was buying a sweater online. But I suddenly snapped. I cried and cried, saying, "Please help, please help." Since then, I've had to go to a psychiatrist to recover from mental instability and anxiety. And it should go without saying, but I never ever want to buy anything online, ever again.
Yeah. People are crazy. You cannot trust people. Alright, y'all, let's get straight to the second video. I'm just going to talk about it at the end because this phone's about to die and I want to get this done and over with. So, my almost kidnapped memory in the winter.
When I was 11 years old, I spent the night hanging out with my closest friend at the time. I left around 7 o'clock. He was about 15 to 20-minute walk away from my house. It was the month of December, so it was icy and dark outside. While I was walking down the long sidewalk, I had to make a turn halfway. Across the turn down the sidewalk, I noticed a man way further down. He was alone at the moment. 10 seconds later, a 4-door car drove up to him. It was a long street till my turn, so I watched him talk to whoever it was in the car. It sped off, and he just stopped, watching me as I walked. As I kept walking. All I heard was, "Hey you, come here, stop, hey you." So I freaked out. I started walking faster and didn't notice he started running toward me. I started running for my life. Since the ground was covered in snow and ice, all I literally thought was, "Please, God, don't let me slip." I was crying, and I was running. He caught up extremely fast. I kept looking back and noticed the car slowly driving behind him. As I ran, I felt his arm reach out and try to grab the hood of my sweatshirt. By God's grace, his hand slipped, and I ran a block trying to find a house with the lights on. I finally found one and banged at the door, almost ready to break it down. This older couple finally answered, and I ran inside explaining what happened. The husband then went outside to try to find him. When he went out, he saw the man standing at the end of the street staring at him. Then he ran off. My mom called the police and pulled me out of school for 4 days afterward. And this guy was never found. For a while after, I would buy flowers and a card and leave it on the couple's step, thanking them for saving my life. God only knows what would have happened if he got me and dragged me to the car.
Alright, y'all, so let's talk about the first video. Let's talk about that first video. So that first video, number one, I would recommend, if you're not ordering clothes online and it's not being delivered to your house, do not meet up with the person. Female or male, it don't matter. Do not meet up with the person. You don't know who that person is behind that account. You don't know who's selling it. You don't know if it's a scam. You don't know if it's, you know, so much sex trafficking and stuff's going on nowadays. It's ridiculous. So I wouldn't even recommend anybody even doing anything like that, due to the fact that, you know, all this is going on anyways. You shouldn't even want to even meet up with people to buy clothing. And second, man, I wouldn't even know what to do. I wouldn't even know what to do. Y'all, I got a piece of hair in my eye or something. Damn. Today's like an odd day. But yeah, the second video, I would, y'all, see, that's some creepy, like, chasing after her. I would have never knew what to do. I would have literally never even knew what to do in that type of situation. I would have just, that's why you really got to be cautious, man. You really got to walk around with mace, a knife, all that, pepper spray, all that stuff, because it's really crazy out here. These men, these women, it's men and women. They're wild. They're wild. But that's the almost kidnapped videos for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And yeah, y'all, I'm out.